Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious people in very, very, very seriously critical times. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. The folks are reminding me again today, please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. If this resonates with you, it helps with the algorithms, and always seems to be a battle with that these days. So please help out if you can, if you're so reclined, to make sure that you share, like, and subscribe especially. Alrighty, we got some heavy-duty stuff to get to. Again, this is not a tarot reading that talks about lollipops and rainbows and unicorns. We don't do that. Most of the tarot readers do. I've done tarot for over 20 years. I found that tarot is not a predictor. Tarot is the science of potential. You are that potential. You're prescient. That is to say, you're self-aware. And because you are, you have the ability to manifest. That is, I would say, singularly the most powerful tool any human being has. Because what it says is you can create pictures, scenes, stories in your own mind, between your own ears. And that energy put forward will help create your life. And we manifest all the time, but it's usually negative. It's usually out of fear, which is the reason why they're always trying to scare the shit out of you. I don't care if it's buying life insurance. I don't care if it's buying some sort of a drug or some sort of a service. There's always some panic mode. There's always some safety mode. Because the easiest way to get people to do anything is shove a gun barrel up their ass and tell them you're going to pull the trigger. Man, oh man, they can't do anything fast enough. And we've seen that in the last 4 years. If you scare people sufficiently, they'll give up everything. Ben Franklin said, anybody who's willing to give up their freedom for safety deserves neither. It's true. And you see it's true. Because we have been willing to give up our freedom for so-called safety. It's been a manipulation. We are less safe, less secure now than at almost any time in the history of the United States of America. Mankind is in that same sort of a position. I have hope for the future, but very little faith. That's why when it comes to the current administration, I'm already seeing them kind of fudge on a couple of things that they promised, and that concerns me. So I'm giving them between now and July the 4th, 2026. That's about a year and a half from now. July 4th, 2026. That's the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. We have just completed a major astrological cycle. It is the cycle that Pluto makes. It takes about 250 years, a little less than that, but let's just round it off, 250 years, to go all the way around the solar system and come back to a certain spot. Well, roughly 250 years ago, July the 4th, 1776, we signed the Declaration of Independence. July the 4th, 2026, 250 years later, and take a look at what position we're in. The conditions are not exactly the same. However, the energy is. And this is the part that has me curious and concerned. Because if this current administration, this new administration, does not do what it promised between now and January 4th, 2026, 250th anniversary of the United States of America, at that point I give up on the U.S. government. Because at that point, it becomes totally obvious we don't have a government at all. Certainly not a democratic republic. We have a fascist, capitalist government. And at that point, to make any change that positively enhances the middle class and the poor, the average citizen in America, and the world, by the way, will take the energy that we had in 1776. By the way, same energy in the French Revolution in the early 1800s. By the way, any time that anything has changed positively in any civilization, the people always had to take it on themselves. Governments who have power will not give up power. Even if they're in the death throes. In fact, if they're in the death throes, they're going to hit harder and punch dirtier and meaner than ever before. I think we have a hell of a job ahead of us. That's the reason why I do the tarot. I want you to manifest. Manifesting is the most powerful tool any human being has, as I said earlier. And in fact, our ability to manifest is at this moment, for a little while longer anyway, our strongest tool against robotics. The ability of the human being to conjure up in their mind pictures and images that are hopefully positive, not negative, but hopefully positive, is amazing. And yet you don't hear anything about it. You really don't talk very much about it. Oh yeah, I know you have some people who are talking about positive thinking or some derivation of same. But very few people believe it, and fewer than ever, because there's a lot of pressure. They are hitting us at every angle. The robots are going to take over probably within the next 10 years, every single job. We've lost 30 million jobs here in America alone in the last 20 years. 30 million jobs. Whew. People are feeling the pressure, tougher than ever. It literally is a dystopic scenario. Hunger Games, but in reality, literally. Because they know if they can keep you on your toes, they know if they can scare you, they know if they can back you in a corner, they got you. That's why I said I'm giving the current administration till July 4th, 2026. So you guys don't deliver for the middle class and the poor, it's over. We're going to have to do what was done in 1776, the French Revolution, every other single revolution on the planet. That's going to be messy. It's going to be super destructive. But at that point, you don't have a choice. You want to live in a little cage that they give you, feed you like a hamster until you die, because they want, they've had Bill Gates, they've had the people at the World Economic Forum, the Georgia Guidestones all say by 2050, 9 out of every 10 people on the planet, 9 out of every 10 are going to be gone, dead. See ya. That's their plan. So because you can manifest positively, you can be a little candle in a dark room. But that little bit of light will shine on somebody else who may ignite their candle, their hope, their possibilities. And the two of you together may light the candle for a couple of other people, and it spreads. It's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. And it's amazing how few people it really takes to make a monumental change. But that's where we're at. We're at the stage in humanity now where you have a choice. And that's why I want to emphasize the power of potential, the science of potential with tarot. I do astrology and numerology. I've done them for over 50 years. And yes, they can kind of predict. Gave you a clue about that when we talked about the energy of 1776 and 2026, the linkage. But I'm working on the individual right now. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Because that's what it's going to take. So let's see if we can't line you up with the frequency. If you don't line up, don't worry about it. 9 out of 10 people do not resonate with a frequency, whether it's a numerology reading, astrology reading, or tarot reading. 9 out of 10 don't. It's okay. If you do resonate with the frequency, green light, go. Those who don't, There's tomorrow, next week, next month. Don't worry. Stick with me. So, with that in mind, let's get to today's tarot reading. Middle card is the Oracle card. It is not a tarot card, but it does set the mood for the reading, and it's chop wood. Get down to business. Quit messing around. This is time for action. Doesn't mean physical action. Could be emotional or spiritual action, but move something. Take care of business. Substantial. Number up on the left side is 42. 4 is stability. 2 is making a decision. 4 and 2 together is 6. That's early stages of manifesting. That's where you're at right now. Coming to the conclusion that, man, gotta do something. But what do I do? It's so overwhelming. It's so big. It's so, man, I can't do it. Yeah, you can. One at a time. You and I together, along with a bunch of other people, will put it together and we'll get it done. Like I said, I'm giving the administration till July 4, 2026. After that, you don't have a U.S. government that has anything to do or any interest in you or me. Right now, I'm leaning in that direction, but not quite there. But obviously they don't care much about us. They don't do anything for us. They give money away to Israel. They give money away to the Ukraine. People suffering in Maui, California, North Carolina, Flint, Michigan, other places. Too bad. But boy, we got the money for the Israelis and the Ukrainians. Ooh, baby. Well, that's because people make a lot of money off of them. Not so much helping out Americans. So we know we're there. It's time to put the pedal to the metal. Chop wood. Get down to it. No screwing around. No talking about it. In your life, in your mind, in your spirit. Do something that matters. All the way to the left we go. 3 of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas, beliefs. And we see here, ooh, man, we've been just ripped apart. Grief, heartache, sorrow, feel betrayed. That's why I say we're at that stage right now where you understand fully. Ain't no game. It's no game. They don't care. They made it clear. And they just want to get rid of us. So you tell me what the odds are. Oh yeah, if you're old enough like me, it doesn't make any difference really. I'll be 75 come July. I've lived a life. I'd like to go on, but you know, what about the kids that are 25? 15? What do they got to look forward to? It's in our hands. Chop wood, pedal to the metal, let's get her done. You're feeling betrayed, we got to do something about it. 10 of Swords, right next to it, makes it real clear. They are on the verge of completely wiping out humanity. I mean, they're looking, they say between 2040 and 2050, the 8 billion plus will be down to maybe 500 million, 400 million, maybe less. Is that what you want to leave to your children, your grandchildren? If I was just getting out of college today, I'd feel terrible. What the hell I got to look forward to? That takes us to the meme for today. We are here to change the world, make it better, not just follow the rules, earn money, and die. But that's what they want. That's what we've been sold. Under ideal circumstances, back about 20 years ago, man, we're gonna work for 40, 50 years and then retire and die 5 or 10 years after that. But you spent virtually all of your adult life likely doing work you didn't like for people who you didn't like in a way you didn't like. You sacrificed all that time you're not going to get back. What, to die 10 years after retirement? So again, the meme says we are here to change the world, to make it better, not just follow rules, earn money, and die. So let's go to the next card. It's the Star card. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Star card talks about hope, talks about inspiration. Like I said, I have a fair amount of hope. Not a lot, but a fair amount of hope. No faith whatsoever. I don't think we're capable. We are if we can mount a group of individuals who are organized and really decide they want things better. There's more than just money and dying. That's what I'm holding out hope for. And the final card talks about judgment. It's awakening. It's a rebirth. It's a new perspective. What I want to see, what I think would be advisable, is to get out of the corporate mindset, the bigger is better mindset. The stuff was sold to me as kids. Smaller is better. You want farmers co-ops. You want good, fresh, organic food. You want people who work in a building, who work for a business, to own the business, not some corporation. They have such things, worker-owned businesses all around the world. Every one of them is pretty damn successful because workers actually decide what everybody's going to get paid. If they make a profit, they share it, or maybe they reinvest it if they vote together. But it's taking responsibility and assuming authority for our own lives. You got to chop wood. This is the time. Right now, you got to chop wood. You got to make that decision. When you make that decision, pedal to the metal. Humanity depends on it. That's the manifested reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Between now and the next time you and I get together, hopefully tomorrow, peace and blessings.